Today, I'm gonna show you guys the exact defensive settings and PoE I use and break it down in detail. So yes, start off with shrink the floor, and then go to physical defense, which leads to more steals but has more fouls, so that's a balance you have to decide. Now, the must-have settings that you need are, if you take a look, you need catch hedge for the hedge for the center. You need 3/4 bottoms for post defense. You need the double team post as dig. You need the switch rules as switch all, and you need the off ball screen as switch all, and also any on ball screen and hedge that's non-center, also change that to switch. Okay, so these are must-haves. Now, another must-have that you need for this defensive style is that you're gonna need help and no rotation for help screen rules, and for the help rules you're gonna need it to set it to help. Now, the optional ones are that the on ball screen, you can go over, go under, or do ice. It just really depends on who you're facing. If it's an elite shooter, go over. If it's a terrible shooter, go under. If you want a little bit of the best of both, you want to do ice. And as for the double team on drive, I set it to on drive here just to show you guys what it does look like. But unless you're facing a guy who doesn't like to pass or is a really silly passer, I suggest just set it to manual and leave that alone. Dig in post is really good, but if you don't like it, you can switch out of it too. I really like it, so I keep it on permanently. But everything else you see will have to be kept the way it is. And in this action, you can see Perkins is about to off-ball screen Rondo right there. And I'm controlling Anthony Davis. So if you do that with switch all off-ball screen on, you see Bogut and Stevenson just switched. This happens if you stay off-ball as the defender not in the action. Now here, I understand there is a off-ball screen between Rondo and Pierce. I want Bogut to stay on Rondo and not onto Pierce, because obviously Bogut has a much better chance guarding Rondo who can shoot than Pierce. But off-ball screen is on switch all, but you can cancel it. What you do is you go into the action. So you see I'm becoming Bogut, and if I stay as Bogut, there will be no switch. You see how Clay just follows Pierce? I switch back to Clay too just for good measure. So there's absolutely no switch. I cancel the switch myself and get the matchup I want. So Bogut is on Rondo, which is fine. Now Perkins is coming up to set Rondo a screen, which would trigger my center on-ball screen and center hedge settings. But obviously for Rondo, it's actually go under and catch hedge, because Rondo can't shoot. But I don't want Bogut guarding Rondo, right? Because I want Stevenson guarding Rondo. So what I do is I just completely back off, switch to Stevenson, try to run up to Rondo, switch back to Bogut, back up, and you see, remember like I mentioned earlier, Rondo is on going under. And you see Stevenson as computer goes under the screen, while the hedge is supposed to be catch hedge, yes, but since I'm controlling Bogut, once you are manually controlling the defender, the settings don't apply, right? You're gonna do whatever you want as the hedge defender, really. So I'm using Bogut here, and all I want to do is back up and get back onto Perkins. And Stevenson does an excellent go under, great execution. So I back up, defend the lane, Perkins can't shoot, bump him off. And you see Clay comes down there because the double team perimeter is set to on drive. So Rondo is technically driving into the paint now, and Clay will come. That looks sweet, and it is sweet, but the point is, like, Paul Pierce is wide open, so I suggest do this only if the other guy is a dumb passer. I'm just doing it here to show you. I don't prefer to leave someone like Pierce, but it did work out for us there because it is quite a rush. So watch it in real time, and you can see the switches happening. So that's the initial switch. I cancel this second switch, I don't want it. Bogut stays on Rondo after the first switch, swings the ball, screen comes, I'm going to back up as the hedge defender. Stevenson goes under, I take away the paint, Clay comes, indecisive by Rondo, should have passed it, we got him, great defense. Now here it is again, you see there's an off-ball screen action between KG and Ray. So this is an AD and Klay Thompson. If I stay as Bogut here, they will switch, but if I switch to one of AD or Thompson, they won't. So I don't want to switch, so you see I switch to Klay, and there's no switch, I recover myself, switch is cancelled, I fought the screen, good action. The point of this is, the switch all is nice if you don't switch off ball yourself and you forget, or you just get caught and they switch it so you don't get hurt. But if you do see it, you can always switch it. I mean, you can always go off ball and cancel the choice. Now, so a lot of you asked me what's catch hedge. So let's take a look. Remember, it only activates if you leave the hedge defender as computer. So here Rondo and Perkins is about to run another pick and roll. So the setting is to go under and catch hedge. Now this time I'm staying as Stevenson. So once again, if you're the on-ball guy, the on-ball settings don't matter because you can do whatever you want. But you can see Bogut here himself do a catch hedge, and this is exactly what happens. He is going to shade Rondo and deny the drive. You see how he's doing that? He's going to deny the drive, but he will give up a pull-up. But he's going to stay close enough, but he will always be between Rondo and rim. And the moment the screener does something, he will go back to the screener. So you see he was able to get that steal because of that. KG was actually open in the passing lane, but because Bogut is in catch hedge, he took away the driving. Like he took away the passing angle between Rondo and rim, or driving angle. He gets a steal. Now here, you can see it again. We got the bench on now. So it's Sam Cassell. This is on catch hedge. You see how Bogut sags down and denies the mid-range, but if Sam Cassell was really close, he would step closer. So the catch hedge essentially takes away the drive, and if you have a long arm, you know, big defender, you will actually also be able to contest the jumper. So that's kind of like a best of both world settings. So that's why I like it. And here you can see what happens if we combine the switch all and the catch hedge I'm showing you today, and it will equal like defensive greatness. Like this is crazy. Just watch, sit back, relax, and check this out. So on ball screen coming, we decided to go under and catch hedge. So I'm switching off ball here for this action. There's no switch here because Leon Poe is the center, so the center settings apply. So I trust Bogut and Lance here, so I defend it elsewhere. Like I said, I switch off ball to AD just to protect the paint. Stevenson and Bogut execute that excellently. That's why you want high IQ defenders on your team so they can do your settings if you want to go off ball once in a while. High defenders are valuable. Now the screen led to nothing. They entered it into the post. And remember, I have double team post set to dig. So what that means, if they post, the closest guy from the strong side is going to come down and dig the postman. And you see Stevenson comes and helps out. Good double team. Unfortunately, AD fouled because my PoE is in physical defense. Now, physical defense is a double-edged sword. You do get more fouls, but at the same time, you get more of these computer steals in the passing lane and on ball outside, and also on ball in the paint. So it's all about balance. The computer is doing all this by themselves because of the PoE. So if you find the stealing good, keep it on. If there's too many fouls, switch it to neutral. Alright? I keep it on physical because I like steals and I don't usually get into foul trouble. So look again here, you can see there is off-ball screen action happening in the paint. I switch to Clay to cancel the switch, deny the off-ball screen myself manually, so no switch. Computer recognizes this, goes to an on-ball screen action, which I have set it to catch hedge and under. I'm letting computer do it themselves because I see that KG is screening for Ray Allen in there. So I'm going to switch to bad EA and catch back up to Ray. I don't want to switch. I'm going to let computer deal with the pick and roll. Look at that beautiful catch hedge and under by Stevenson and Bogut. I was able to deny that KG Ray Allen action. Deny it again. Bad EA and Davis are both going to go try get KG right now. So that's a mistake. I switch back to AD. Cancel that. ISO post again. Remember, the moment KG start posting, Stevenson will go down and dig because that's the setting. The dig comes, dig off Rondo was great. We're able to trap KG. Rejection. Alright, so 2K17 defense that you just saw requires planning, awareness, and tons of effort. And much like offense, it's random. Like you call money plays, obviously, expecting certain results. Like here you can see no switch happened even though I went off ball expecting a switch between Ori and Clay, but Ori got pinned. So it's a lot of read and react. I'm showing you the off ball screen in slow-mo so you can just catch on. See, Ori tries to switch here. I made a mistake. I should have switched with Ori, which led to this open shot by Cassell. See, defense is it's random, really, much like offense. You just have to play in the moment, live in the moment, and make all your reads. You can't just play defense expecting, oh, I'm guarding on ball, I'm playing great defense. No, if you're only on ball, you're playing crap defense. This is good defense. Denying off-ball action, denying on-ball action when necessary. Use your own skills to challenge shots and defend people one-on-one. Use settings to defend pick and rolls, or use settings to defend off-ball stuff. I can defend pick and roll on ball, let settings defend on ball, off ball, or I can defend the off ball stuff myself and let the settings deal with the pick and rolls. your on-ball skills, your off-ball skills, and your setting skills are all required for 2K17 defense. Don't assume if you're a good on-ball defender, you're playing good defense. You're not. And here are the settings of this video that you guys have seen already. So this is what I suggest you should use. I actually use the exact same settings against the Warriors. Obviously, I take out the double team on the perimeter because they have too many shooters. And I also take out the double team on dig. But I do play the switch all, catch hedge, go over defense against Warriors. I add him a little bit of ice. If the other guy doesn't run middle pick and rolls, then I run ice. Ice is great. I'll make a video on it later, but the point about ice is a setting that's for side and wing pick and rolls. If you face a player who loves running middle pick and rolls, ice will get you killed. Alright, so keep that in mind. As always, just enjoy the settings. Thanks for coming by. If you enjoyed this, add me a like. I will see all of you next time.